Hey there, this is Mr. Icarus, and welcome to yet another episode of Doom Mod Madness. This time round, we're checking out a little something called Prodoomer. This is version 2, and this right here is the city level hub environment. Witness it in all of its splendor. This is absolutely insane. This mod needs a level hub. I just want you to think about that for a moment. Consider all the other mods that I've played so far. They all pale in comparison to the scale, and I'm just talking about in pure size of this particular Doom mod. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to pop into episode 1 down here and show you what I mean. There are 8 stages in this episode. 8. And these aren't small stages either. These are reasonably sized stages. In fact, some of them are infuriating in the way that they're laid out and the way that they're constructed, but that doesn't detract from the fact that they are really awesome looking stages. I'll be able to show you a few a little later on, but there's just so much to bloody explain about this. It's utterly insane. You'll notice the great big S's. You might think they stand for stage, but I'm thinking they stand for the rank that you're supposed to get on most of these if you want to unlock extra stuff. Because if you get an S rank on stage 1, for example, we'll go all the way down here to the Bestiary and Recruitment Center. Yeah, I know, right? It's ridiculous. You can interact with this guy, and you'll get a menu that lets you unlock allies. My brain is melting from the scale of this. But you can get a mini sentinel. You need to get an S rank on map 1 in order to get him, and you pay a little bit of money to have him as an ally. Or you can get a marine. You can get a master marine, a sentry gun, a sentinel, a supreme marine, a robot, a legion, and a tank. And to do that, you need to get a rank S in map 4, map 5, map 7, map 9. You also need to have killed a tornado archville and have a ridiculous amount of health. There are so many conditions here. In fact, I think the conditions are really prohibitive, and I don't think I'm ever going to achieve any of these conditions in a very, very, very long time. That's one of the significant downsides that I have with this particular mod. It's too big. I usually play these, I used to play these to kill time, just to, have a bit of a blast playing something fun, but this is a commitment, and just to ram that point home, we're going to have a look at the Bestiary. I'm going to show you how long the Bestiary is, because, look at that. It goes all the way into the distance. There's even a little computer here. And it's laid out like a bloody fighter selection screen. My brain! Again! It's mush. It is now mush. We've even got the guys out of Serious Sam. We've got these crazy reskins, these little monsters here. Variations on your standard zombie marine that do all sorts of crazy stuff. The text isn't very visible here, which I apologize for. But it does describe what they are on the bottom. If you've got a slightly lower resolution monitor or run this at a lower resolution, you should be able to read that. But personally, I like running this on 1080p because I'm an absolute idiot. But anyway, I'm getting a little sidetracked here. We've got Imps, we've got Ice Imps. I'm sure there's a Fire Imp that I'm missing from that particular slot. We got, I'm pretty sure that's the N64 version of the Pinky. And I don't really like the design. It looks like something that should be in Donkey Kong. I don't know, it looks very plasticine. We've also got the Spectre versions, the Angry versions, Blood Demon, that one's called. Lost Souls, also N64 versions, I believe. Got your classic Cacodemon. We've got Archvilles. No, that's a Revenant. I think that's a Mancubus, but that's not the version I'm used to dealing with. Again, I like the regular Doom version a bit more. Same goes for the Arachnotron. That looks like something out of Disney XD. I don't know what gives me that impression. It just does. Standard Barons or Hell Knights. Archvilles, absolute bane of my existence. And just to skip down here, we've also got bosses like the Spider Mastermind, which is that is a weird, derpy looking version of the Spider Mastermind. And we got the Giga Demon, which all you had to do was just run away from, to be honest. It was pretty easy to kill, but that one, Jesus Christ, I'll come to that a little later, just to show you how ridiculous the battle is with that particular thing. Just to give you a hint of how ridiculous the battle was, I needed to use God mode to kill it. I'm not going to be ashamed of that fact. I got so sick and tired of trying to figure out what to do and how to dodge the projectiles of this son of a bitch. I just hit IDDQD and just murderize the son of a bitch. But anyway, I'm getting lost in the Bestiary, which is very easy to do because it is just freaking huge. You can even get on a teleporter pad, which takes you halfway down. There's these guys that look like they should be in bloody Avatar or something, or fighting with Aquaman. These have ridiculous damage outputs as well. It's one of the main criticisms I have for anyone starting this out fresh. This is an exceedingly difficult mod. Sure, it gets a lot easier when you figure out what you're doing and as you gain more experience and level up, but to start out with, it doesn't give you any clues, it doesn't give you any leeway, and I spent a very long time playing this without realizing that there was this available, which was the skill list. And this is vital if you want a fighting chance against a lot of the enemies or situations you're going to find yourself in this game. I did not expect to be running through this stuff. I did not expect to be running through so many bloody menus in a Doom mod, but bear with me, I hope this isn't too kind of dull or boring. But you can unlock flame balls like the Imps chuck, you can make enemies slower, you can make them fall asleep for a little while, you can give yourself additional armor, you can summon sentient sandbags. These are offensive sandbags. I'll explain that a little further on. We've also got the Terror Skull, which makes enemies run away temporarily, and we've also got Telekinesis, which I've only just gotten round to unlocking. If we go a little bit further down, there are three pages of skills for you to choose from. You have to reach the appropriate level in order to unlock them. That's really all you need to do, but I'm thinking a lot of these are pretty much press skill button to win abilities. And I'm not reaching them anytime soon, which is a little bit of a shame. Anyway, it just kind of occurs to me that I've spent all of this time derping around the central hub here, and I haven't even shown you what any of the stages are like yet. So what we're going to do, we're going to pop back into episode 1 here, and we're going to pick ourselves a stage. I think we're going to pick stage 4, which should be Lava Moss. And the reason why I'm picking this one is because I think it best demonstrates the overall difficulty of Prodoomer, because it's a pretty goddamn difficult game to get started in, and some of the level design, despite being really impressive, is also simultaneously really bloody infuriating. So, less talk, more action. Welcome to Lava Moss, or as I like to call it, the fuck you stage. And the reason for this is, well, you're looking at it. Look, you've got Revenants, you've got a whole battalion of friggin' guys over here, you've got the suicide bombers that run into you and take off most of your health right off the bat, and you gotta understand, I'm at a much more advanced position here than fresh players would normally be in. They'd probably be level 3, level 4, hell, they may not even be aware of the fact that they combine skills to a particular key to get that menu up. That's what I had to do. Also, couple that with the fact that these weapons right now, these pistols, they're leveled up fairly significantly. I can do a fair amount of damage, but you may also notice that they're bouncing all over the place when I click the trigger. And that's because the recoil is completely bullshit. I'm just gonna stand still so I can demonstrate this. That right there is bullshit. That is why I'm switching over to the super shotgun, because it's just gonna make my life a little bit easier, and I want to show you the rest of the crap you're gonna have to deal with in this particular stage. Seriously, I rage quit. I rage quit right here. I was just done for the day. It's why it took me so long to cover this bloody mod. I desperately want to like it, because there's a lot of bloody hard work that's gone into this. There's a lot of scripting that's gone into this. There's a lot of care and attention. There's a lot of really awesome level design involved here, but it's just in the service of telling the player to go fuck themselves, because you get past that, then you fall down a pit and end up having a fiery, horrible death. That's pretty much Prodoomer in a nutshell for me, especially if you're starting off the first time round, you're playing on average, medium difficulty, and just trying to get through episode 1. I don't think I've even gotten around to showing you the Spider Mastermind that's at the end of the episode yet, but we're going to get to it. We're going to get to it. And I'm just going to storm through this little bit again, just so I can... Even with the shotgun, it's an absolute fucking pain in the arse, and it's... it gets my blood pressure up. I like to play these games to, maybe relax. But, I gotta say, I just found this a hell of a lot more stressful than it was probably intended to be. Maybe the clue's in the name. Maybe the fact that it's called Prodoomer should have clued me in. That maybe you're gonna have to be a little bit hardcore in order to play this thing. But if you fancy a bloody challenge, well, look no further. This is pretty difficult to start off with. I've heard from a number of sources that it does get a lot easier once you get past that first episode, but you'll be lucky if you have the patience to do so. As I said, there's a lot of game here. This is a commitment. There's an absolute crap ton of stuff to get through. The stages are pretty big. Ah, man, I'm still trying to fight through these bloody cavalcade of crap. You know what? Screw this. I'm going to skip these and just go straight into this section. I'm going to leap over here. And there's another one that you've got to avoid. There's another pit here that you can barely see. And it's a really intriguing level design. I find it really interesting, this whole suspended above a lava pit thing, but... Oh, man. the stuff that you've got to do just to get through it, it's almost not worth it, because these doors, these are all sealed. There's another door on the opposite side that's sealed, and you've basically got to hunt the switch. And it's not fun switch hunting either. It's slightly obtuse switch hunting. And there I go. I'm dead again. Ah. It's not what I'm looking for, unfortunately. Ultimately, as you can probably tell, I'm a little bit conflicted about this one. I really, really want to like Prodoomer, and there is certainly a lot to like about it. I mean, I really like the RPG mechanics in here. I love the fact that you can level up and gain new skills and abilities. I love the fact that you can upgrade your weaponry. I love the fact that you can get allies to help you out in certain maps, provided you meet the right criteria. And objectively, I think the maps are really cool looking. They're really well designed, but as you can tell, I'm no longer playing the Lava Moss level. And that is because the Lava Moss level feels like a colossal pain in the ass. And that's probably one of the more extreme examples of problematic levels, let's call them. Because the way this stuff is laid out, it feels more like a design exercise than a gameplay exercise. I don't know, does that make any sense? It feels like someone showing off more than it feels like someone trying to make a cohesive, enjoyable gameplay environment. And I think it's here that my opinion and other people's opinions will differ. Because some people can probably play through this and have an absolute whale of a time, but I've found that the longer I play this, the longer it kind of wears out its welcome. And that's kind of a depressing point for me, because as I said, I really want to like this. There is a colossal amount of work that's gone into it. And I really can't fault it for ambition. Certainly I can't fault it for ambition. I just feel like there might be something that they were missing when it came to the design complementing the gameplay. But anyway, I think I'm kind of running out of things to say. As I say, I can't be too harsh on this one because it is, genuinely a really cool mod. It is absolutely stuffed to the gills with things to do. So if you want an experience that you can really stick your teeth into, that you can really commit to, and is free, then go nuts. The link, as usual, is in the comments below. But for me, it's not quite my cup of tea. And what I'm going to do as well, I'm just going to kind of leave this level here, because I remember that I promised to show you just how absolutely crazy... Oh, Jesus Christ, I'm being massacred already. I was going to show you how crazy the Spider Mastermind was, and I think I'm going to get that opportunity any second now. Yep, I'm dead. So yeah, this right here is the cherry on top of my frustration sundae with Prodoomer. This is Spider Mastermind 666. This is the boss at the end of the first episode. It's a minor miracle that I got this far on my own, to be honest, without having to resort to cheats, but I mean, this thing has so much bloody health and takes so much of your armor and so much of your health when it lands a hit. It is just an absolute nightmare to deal with. I mean, look, I've got no armor left. I'm about to die. It's absolutely ridiculous. And if you can imagine how frustrated I got playing Lava Moss, just imagine the frustration I felt trying to legitimately get past this particular boss. And if you can legitimately get past this, if you can conquer this without resorting to cheats, then you, my friend, are a better Doom player than I. And let's face it, there are plenty better Doom players than I. I'm just a guy who likes to talk about them. Oh, Jesus Christ, have mercy! But anyway, this will be the last episode of Doom Mod Madness for a week or so, because I'm going to Disneyland. I think I deserve a holiday, and I'm going to goddamn Disneyland. So there will be no Doom Mod Madness episode next week. I'm very sorry. I know a few of you are feeling super betrayed right now, but hopefully you let me know what you think about that shocking revelation in the comments below. Leave a like if you've enjoyed this video, and subscribe if you're not already. There are going to be plenty more in the future. Like I said, I'm just taking a 1 week hiatus to go annoy Mickey Mouse. This has been Mr. Icarus. Thank you very, very much for watching. The links, as usual, are in the description below. Icarus out.